This segment is brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988. You are tuned in to Inception FM, and today we are diving into an important opportunity for members of the Jamaican Diaspora. Whether you are thinking about investing, starting a business, or buying a property in Jamaica, there's an upcoming event you don't want to miss. Joining us is Christopher Benjamin, Community Relations Officer at the Consulate General of Jamaica in New York, here to talk about the Invest in Jamaican Housing Forum, two powerful events aimed at connecting the diaspora with real opportunities back home. Mr. Benjamin, welcome. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, Ms. Philippe. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
You're very welcome. So, what inspired the creation of the Invest in Jamaican Housing Forum, and why is now the right time to engage the Jamaican diaspora in these opportunities?
All right. So, if you will permit me to go back at just about 6 years, and they say time flies. So, just before the COVID pandemic came on, the Jamaica Stock Exchange was in its ascendancy. At the time, the stock exchange in Jamaica was rated as the #1 stock exchange in the world, and so we were what do you call it, on a tour to let people know about the stock exchange and what it is that we do, and the fact that, it is open for persons to invest from anywhere in the world. And so coming out of that tour, we had intended to have an annual event here in New York and in the Northeast to ensure that persons are aware of how they can invest in Jamaica. So fast forward to 2025, in the ensuing years, we had transitioned the event to a virtual platform. And this year we were adamant that we needed to come back in person. Why do we need to come back in person? The Jamaican economy has been performing quite well. It has been quite stable. A number of the economic factors have been positive. Very low unemployment in Jamaica right now. The growth, we have been seeing sustained periods of growth. And as a result of that, we said, here we are. Now, why do we put housing as part of that? Because while investing in the economy, we also want to make sure that the opportunities that exist for persons to invest in various sectors are presented. And we decided to look at housing because of two main things. One, there are the opportunities right now, given the fact that there is a shortage of affordable housing solutions for Jamaica, and we are working. And that's not something unique to Jamaica. A lot of the world is finding out as economy is growing. Some of the times what we are finding is that the persons who are working in the mid to lower sections of the economy get priced out. And secondly, because of the ascendancy of the economy and people are now seeing more opportunities for their income growth, there are no opportunities for other forms of investments for persons to be putting resources in investment properties on the island. And hence why we are doing the Investing in Jamaica and Housing Forum at this time.
Okay, so how does the forum plan to simplify the process for diaspora members looking to invest in Jamaica or start a business there? Because
All
we know
right.
about red tape, right?
Yes. So one of the things that we intend to do, oftentimes, we here at the consulate present the information, but we are presenting the information in a second and even sometimes third-hand fashion. So what we are doing at this forum is that we are bringing the people who you want to hear from. We are bringing the people who have the information, the people who can answer the questions that you ask. So when you raise your hand and ask about doing business, somebody who has that information will be in the audience who can answer the questions for you. So as a result of that, we're going to have persons from the tax admin of Jamaica, Tax Administration Jamaica, who can answer your questions about taxation. They can answer you about how do you go about filing taxes and applying for something as simple as your taxpayer registration number, which can be done from here. And as a matter of fact, if you want to apply for a TRN, this is the place to be because they will be able to assist you with that process. If you want to know about what are the business opportunities, we will have the president of JAMPRO, the Jamaica Promotions Agency, who will be there to answer you about what are some of the immediate opportunities. And more than enough, the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, that's the business ministry in Jamaica, will be present at the forum. So right up the value chain in terms of doing business, you can talk to somebody. As it relates to housing, we will have a number of the housing mortgage providers. We have real estate brokers. We have developers who are all going to be on location who will be able to share with you opportunities, how to. So if you want to buy a property, what are the things that you need to do? What are the things that you need to have? And because we have the mortgage companies there, they can even start talking to you about the possibility of how you can go about getting a mortgage in Jamaica. And then we also will have representatives of the Jamaica Stock Exchange and stockbrokers on location. So if your appetite is to invest through the stock market, you will have somebody there who can guide you and give you the information that is necessary to help you to do that.
Excellent. So speaking about investment, what are some of the key investment sectors or real estate opportunities that will be highlighted at the event?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, investing in housing right now, you can't lose. There is a demand, especially at the mid to lower level of the market. I find that a lot of folks typically shy away from that segment of the market because the returns are not as great as if you go to the higher end of the market where, your returns may be in the double or triple digits. However, there is a demand and the government has programs in place to ensure that you will see a return on your investment if you decide that you want to go into the mid to lower segment of the market where housing is concerned. But there are other areas of investment as well in terms of real estate. There is commercial real estate. The government has just recently launched the what they call it now, the logistics hub area, Raintree, it is called, in just outside Kingston, where there are a number of opportunities for commercial developments that exist in that area. So for persons who may want to set up a small factory, they might want to set up something that for finishing goods. There is an opportunity for you where that is concerned. And then moving from housing, there are other opportunities in manufacturing. There are opportunities in agriculture. There are opportunities in tourism.
Okay, great. So can you share some examples of how past diaspora events have positively impacted Jamaica's economy or communities?
Well, I can speak of two very relevant examples. And interestingly, we had a forum earlier this year with the Minister of Agriculture. From my days back in the time when I used to be the representative for JAMPRO here, there was a gentleman who came and wanted to talk about doing some investments in agriculture. He's a member of the diaspora and was looking to see how he could reconnect. Fast forward, he speaks about how he's now producing peppers, and he's now at the point where he's now looking to export. He's looking to now sell some of that into the agro-processing sector. There are people in these communities where he bought the land was in a rural area. Now he's providing employment for persons in that area. So when we bring these programs, these forum to the community, one of the things that we do is that we are opening up the opportunities for members of the diaspora and persons who are friends of Jamaica who are just looking for an investment opportunity to hear about what it is that we're doing and what are the opportunities. There have been coming out of past events, tourism, persons who have gone in and built small villas or small hotel developments, persons who have gone into manufacturing, who have gone through simply because of the events that we host here.
Okay, so this certainly sounds very impactful. Now, what can attendees expect in terms of practical takeaways or connections by the end of the forum?
Mhm. All right, so persons who attend the forum, in addition to interacting with the various agencies, persons will be able to get first-hand information of available investment opportunities. That's the key takeaway. But even more practical than that, if you go and you're interested of all the well, let's talk about the stock exchange because there are three buckets that we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the stock exchange, we're dealing with the doing business in Jamaica, and we're dealing with the housing. So let's deal with the stock exchange firstly. If you're looking at that bucket and your appetite is to invest through the stock exchange, you are able to interact with any of the brokerage houses that are participating. And as a result of that, if you are interested in investing through that medium, you can start the process of opening your brokerage account because they can take the information from you and start that process. If you are able to get information on what some of the opportunities in terms of what stocks and otherwise you can invest in because they can walk you through what is there because some of their analysts are going to be on location. So that's dealing with the bucket of the stock exchange. If it is that you're looking at doing business in Jamaica, the representatives who will be there will now be able to give you what are some of the opportunities that are there, what are some of the things that you need to do. The tax admin Jamaica representative who will be there can guide you to, for example, open register for your taxpayer registration number. They can guide you in terms of what it is that you need to do is that if you are registered a business, what are your tax obligations and what are the things that you need to do. So you can walk away understanding what it is that you are going to do as somebody who is doing business in Jamaica. Jampro and their team will be able to give you information as the opportunities that exist in terms of where you can go. And they're not just going to say, oh, you can invest in agriculture. They will be able to tell you firsthand that in St. Mary, there is some land that is available for you to invest in agriculture. And then the Special Economic Zone Authority that will be present can tell you about what are some of the opportunities, especially in that project I talked about, the rain tree, how you can go about investing in that. So that's dealing with the bucket of doing business in Jamaica. And then thirdly, if you are now looking at housing, We have real estate brokers there who are going to be on location, who can share with you what are the opportunities. So if it's just that you're there and you want to buy a house and go and retire in Jamaica, they can show you that. If it is that you're looking for a commercial real estate opportunity, they can show you that. They can also walk you through the steps of what you need to do if you're going to do this investment. And they can also talk to you about building. So if you want to start from scratch, and this is where now the mortgage companies, we have 2 of them who are going to be on location, can talk to you about securing your investment in these developments, how you go about doing that. Do you want to do it as a mortgage? Are you going to pay for it through cash? What do you need to do? And then there's also a developer on location who can share their specific development, but can also talk to you about what if I want to develop a piece of land, I need a partner developer. Here is an opportunity that you can talk to them. So that's dealing with that. But I failed to mention also that the consulates will be on location. So the consulate will be on location all day, and one of the things that we will be doing, and what we will do afterwards, is that we will have the folks on location there, so persons can do their passports, they can do their citizenship applications, all on location there for the day.
All right, excellent. So, Mr. Benjamin, how can one register for this event?
So if they want to register, they can go on any of our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and they can register. The links are all there, or they can send us an email. My email is cro@congenjamaica-ny.org. They can send me an email and register there. We will have the information ready for them to register. And there is no limitation on the number of persons who can register at this point in time. Yeah, well, there is space limited, but we have expanded, and because it's such a long day, I think that we can accommodate up to 1,000 people, and we still have a few spaces left for the day.
All right, excellent. So, Mr. Benjamin, thank you so much for sharing such valuable information and for your continued work in building bridges between Jamaica and its diaspora community. The Invest in Jamaican Housing Forum sounds like a powerful opportunity for Jamaicans abroad to make meaningful contributions while pursuing their personal and financial goals. To our listeners, if you are interested in attending, don't forget, registration is free, but space is limited, so be sure to sign up now. Let's keep building Jamaica together. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. This segment was brought to you courtesy of Caribbean American Weekly, a newspaper owned and operated by Caribbean Americans. Read the latest edition at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To like us on Facebook, to advertise, or to subscribe, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. To advertise with the Caribbean American Weekly publication, for freelance assignments to distribute at your business place, visit us at www.cawnyc.com. That's www.cawnyc.com. Or to meet a marketing representative at our office, call 718-771-0988. That's 718-771-0988.